Well, hello.
Hey,
How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. This collab has been waiting for a while, I
Mhm.
think. So, I don't really know how to introduce this podcast, but scrolling on TikTok, see another Northerner girl
Yep.
talking about cultural foods. I thought, this would be a good idea. So, introduce yourself. I think that's the first place to start.
So I'm B or Bethany. I am a bodybuilder, online fitness coach, personal trainer, and I just really want to let people know that you can live a healthy life and become fit without just eating plain chicken and rice, essentially.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. As we should. As we
we
should.
should.
And a little side note, so just get out of the way. We are dressed exactly the same.
Yeah, and it's not on purpose.
It wasn't planned. I think we just connected.
Yeah.
But as you know, I'm Maya, mentored by Maya. I am a female cultural lifestyle coach. And similar to you, I think it's so important that women understand that they can have a healthy lifestyle, get in shape, see the changes in health that they want without restricting any cultural foods or the foods that they just love in general.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I want to start off with how I actually found your content, because it's funny. We don't see a lot of content around cultural foods or the portion controls as much. It's more, I think, calorie deficits and stuff that's big in our industry. So your video was about the portions that you used to eat, thinking that you would lose weight with them, right? Tell me about that.
So essentially, I was just eating these huge, hefty portions, thinking that I'd lose weight because they were high in protein. So I was like, protein, veg, all of this is fine. But a lot of the time I was doubling up or even tripling up on carbs. I had no idea that I was overeating, really. And yeah, then I don't know, I just came to my senses.
So where do you think that come from? Was that like how you grew up? Did you always have? Because
That's definitely how I grew up.
I think in certain households, I talk a lot about like households and how they structure like your food relationship and how you think about a plate.
Yeah.
What was your like journey growing up? Was like portion control one of those things that you spoke about, or it was just something that you kind of...
No, not necessarily. It was just a thing of kind of, this is your food. I guess a lot of cultural families, we're feeders, it's like, okay, you're not eating enough, like you need to gain weight, or I don't know, the idea around body weight is always that like being thin is bad in my household. So yeah, I just grew up eating really large portions, I'd say.
That's so crazy that you say that like in your house. So what's your background? Just remind me.
Jamaican English.
Okay, so I think depending on where you're from determines sometimes, because body standards are huge.
Yeah.
What is acceptable and what it is, because I always used to get like comments for eating more. Like it was my portions for certain things and how much I ate that was a problem.
Okay.
Dinner times were big, but everything else, it was like it was only one meal. But that was mainly because of like my British side and my mum's side. She was like
I do hear that.
She was a slim and well woman, so she loved all of that.
Yeah, my mum was a Weight Watchers gal.
Oh, the trauma.
Yeah,
the trauma.
But I was a really skinny kid.
Oh, okay.
I was really skinny until high school, like 13, 14, gained loads of weight, I guess. People always said to me, actually, your metabolism will catch up to you one day. And it did. Like when I was like 13, 14, I just blew up. So...
You know what? I feel like I was quite slim and petite, but I think that journey into fitness, I think everyone goes through it. Like you start exploring foods again, and then you look at your plates and what they were like in the past, and you're like, yeah, this just weird,
madness.
Do you know what
but
I mean?
Also just lack of education, because it's just not out there. Like you said, we don't see content on this. Education is not all about content, but that is just where a lot of people get their information from these days in regards to fitness. I don't hear people saying I was on Google Scholar. They learn a lot from they learn a lot from
Google
TikTok.
Scholar. Yeah. And that's the thing, it's loads of misinformation as well. I think the one thing I learned quite quickly when I started coaching people was everyone has these different food preferences, but we're all trying to work towards the same goal, being healthier. But that's not a standard or look. Like if you come from a certain place, there's certain foods that we're not going to be familiar with versus somebody else.
Exactly.
And that's where I think the whole portion control of cultural food just goes out the window.
It definitely does.
Do we really need this much rice and peas?
You're touching a nerve. You're right, you've got a point.
This is what I'm saying. But I know obviously you are a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
When was your last time you competed?
So I've only competed the one time, and it was back in May. So we're talking about 5 months ago now, almost. That was my first time.
Yeah. So what was that journey like then? Because obviously, I think from the outside looking in, I've seen bodybuilding prep behind the scenes and how tough it can actually be. But it seems like obviously you were eating these portions and then you've kind of changed that. So what was your like food relationship like maybe when you were doing the bodybuilding? How did that change things for you?
It had its days. So I'd say for the most part, really good. However, there were days where, like behind the scenes, I would be going to Tesco's and eating like 4 cornettos. And we're talking, my prep was in Easter. So it'd be like 5 cream eggs, stuff like that. But in terms of, I didn't necessarily enjoy the food on my plan, if you know what I mean, because bodybuilding is so like routine and so many people's preps are similar. Like it'll be like 3 chicken and rice meals, oats, Greek yogurt. It's the same staple foods because they work.
Yeah.
However, that doesn't take into account like somebody that comes from a different background. You know, it's just not a thing.
Yeah. And even how you'd approach it in meal timings, because not everybody, you know, I grew up with the 3 meals, but some people don't believe in that. So I think when you're in prep and stuff, did your thoughts change around? Does it just change around food at that time? Then is food just more fuel, would you say?
Food was literally just fuel.
Yeah.
Food was literally just fuel because even though I could season my foods up until peak week, it just tasted rubbish. I don't want to eat sweet potato and chicken breast every single day. It was boring. And so it was just really monotonous and I just did it for the sake of it. But coming out of that now, like you said, the 3 meal household, I also grew up in that type of household. But now I'm more of like a 2 meal girl. And that's not what I preach when it comes down to coaching because it's not as effective.
Yeah.
But because I don't have like, I'm not dying to lose weight or gain weight, it's like, it's fine.
Yeah, you're more just like a happy medium.
Yeah, I just want to live my life.
That's what I mean. And I feel like you kind of, because I did myself, I went through like that cycle. So I think my food relationship was challenged from when I was younger anyway, because for me, growing up, the only mixed race person in an all-white school, it was very much like, I need to fit into whatever bracket I need to be. So being too big or being too small, it needs to be in the middle type of thing. So naturally, food just became a sort of, not fuel, but I'll eat it to eat it, but I still care about my appearance more than anything. Do you know what I mean? So when I stepped into the fitness industry, I did the whole, I'll go keto. Keto, no, we didn't do any of that for long enough.
Yeah.
Started tracking calories, become very like obsessive with it. And then I had to go through this whole cycle of like reintroducing foods that I liked again, you know, knowing that I could have things that are off plan.
Yeah.
And what I realized is a lot of ladies who were coming to me at that time were doing the same thing. Like, you're not a bodybuilder, so why are you eating like one?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. I don't know if you've seen that before.
I've done that before. I think it's because we see bodybuilders at their end stage, like when they're right about to step on stage and they've got abs and, you know, they've got these striations. They look good, right? And we think, okay, they did that by eating this way, so I'm just going to do that. It's that simple. It's not that simple. Yeah. There's just so much that goes on behind the doors with bodybuilding that no one would ever know. Like, it's very much a niche little category. Yeah. Everyone is not a bodybuilder. They're not meant to be.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I got to give you props, you know. I am not going to lie. Like, what was the biggest challenge, would you say? You know, going through, like, the peak weeks and stepping on stage?
Honestly, I'd probably say that the biggest struggle for me was like relationships, just maintaining it with friends and family. Like I became a recluse. I was just in the house all the time because I didn't want to go out with my friends. They'd call me and I'd just ignore their calls, I'll be real, because they just wanted to go for food. And they were like, you can just bring your food. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to.
Tupperware at the table.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. It's embarrassing.
But also the energy depletion. Yeah. Like, let's be honest, if you've got 1,500 calories to burn in a week or something like that.
Yeah, I was on less food than that. Yeah. Yeah.
I meant like just cardio goals.
Okay.
Like, you know, when you say, burn like 1,500 or 2,000 in a week.
Stairmaster, for example.
Yeah, no, okay, that's hell. I'm sorry.
Yeah. When I look back at it now, it's crazy. But we've all been in a cut and, you know, struggled with energy, so.
Yeah. Well, what is your main tips around dieting? Because I feel like every single coach, like, has a different approach. And me personally, like, I've got clients now who some of them, the goal is to lose weight. Some of them is just to be healthy. Yeah. So the approaches to what a diet would look like is different for everybody. But, you know, from your experiences in coaching, what are your main sort of tips, would you say?
I'd definitely say find foods that you like, that you can repeat. It doesn't have to be the same exact meal every single day, but have some on rotation that work. And if you've got a coach, let them know that this is what I like and plan that all in. And my second piece of advice would probably be to not look at it as a quick fix, not have like too strict of a deadline of I need to lose this much weight by this time, just in case you're not actually hitting it. So don't make it be like I want to lose 20 kilos in 1 year. Look at what we're doing short term and then just keep continuing that when it's working.
Yeah.
How
No, I
about
love
you?
that. Like, revisit the milestone.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think you've hit the nail on the head there. I think in theory, nutrition does have to be somewhat repetitive when you are trying to see a weight loss result, because if it varies too much, you don't really know where you are. You don't know if you're getting adequate protein or fiber. But like you said, it's the enjoyment element. And that's what I kind of came to a conclusion with. Like, of course, I can't stick to a diet because the food I'm eating, I don't like it.
Exactly.
Reintroducing all of like my African foods and obviously my Jamaican foods, that was like a mind blow for me, because I was like, oh wait, like I'm still losing.
This is
so
not
good.
bad. This food is not bad.
Exactly. And it was the portions. Genuinely, just cut the J rice down. Like, still have it. Most of cultural foods anyway, like obviously I'm half Nigerian.
Yeah.
There's going to be some type of protein. There's going to be some type of stewed meat or something. And once you actually like look at a plate, that's what really changes it. If you can identify, okay, well, this is a carb, this is a fat, this is a protein. Why can't you actually have that in your diet?
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
No, you definitely can. And like you said, it's full of protein and usually full of veggies as well. Yeah.
Exactly. But why do you think that? Because obviously I get it still. Even though women know they can't eat their favourite foods in a diet, why do you think there is still this like demonization? Like, you have to be clean.
I think because it's not the norm. I genuinely think because it's not the norm. It's not what they're seeing online. And like you say, eating clean. These foods don't fall into eating clean category when you're seeing it online or when you're reading up about it, because they're not considered.
Yeah.
So now if we were to actually start considering cultural food when we're creating posts or even doing studies, it'd be fine, because they'd have that confirmation there that, okay, I can eat this, but it's not there.
Yeah. No, you're so true. Because if you go look at like, even growing up, we used to see things like eat your 5 a day, then the healthy eat well plate, and then maybe even looking at like lower glycemic carbs and understanding more about that.
Yeah.
There is not cultural foods on that. Yeah, we might get rice.
No. Even like your eat well plate, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your eat well plate has got cultural food on it. It's got yam and stuff like this, like plantain. That is not on the eat well guide.
Yeah. It never will be though. I think this is the thing. I think it's never going to be a consideration, but it does make me think, okay, well, imagine we've got the older generation going in to get a health check from a GP and one of the conversations is about improving the diet.
Yeah.
If they are from, let's say, an immigrant household and they take their cultural foods to a different country and they're told to eat differently, how does that reflect in action if they don't actually understand what it is?
Exactly.
That's why, so that African and Caribbean Eat Well guide, they also have like a Southeast Asian one. It's from a company called Diverse Nutrition Association, and their goal is to diversify nutrition inside of the UK and the healthcare spaces. So they sold that to the NHS or went into collaboration with them. And after talking to them when it like went viral and stuff, the stuff that they're doing, the funding towards that should be so much higher, because if I think about like my grandmom or like my family in Nigeria now living in the UK, it's that type of education that makes a difference. Like, where do you put puff puff? Like, what is that? Like, some women don't actually know that still. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is a dumpling? Like, where does that fall?
Yeah.
So, it's crazy. But
That's
I think now it is slowly changing. So, like, what is your like main messages like in your content? Like, what do you enjoy kind of posting when it comes to like the food and the fitness side?
Being just authentically yourself, like how you grew up in terms of like whatever you grew up around, still being able to incorporate that into your life. Yeah.
Of course. Well, what was it like growing up in Leeds? I've actually only been Leeds like once or twice.
Leeds on top. I love Leeds.
Do you love Leeds?
I do. I actually do.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of people from there like kind of bash it, you know, people here are this, that, the other, but it's so multicultural, so diverse. My primary school was really, really big on healthy eating. Like it was literally a healthy eating school, a multicultural school. Like they were our values. That's what we prided ourselves on. I feel really grateful to have grown up where I did. Yeah, I honestly love it.
See, that's such a contrast from that is such a contrast from mine. You know what? Obviously, like Liverpool is a lot more multicultural, but it's all about location sometimes. And I think for me, there was that, you know, that boring conversation, the mixed race identity crisis, like conversation.
It's true though.
It is true.
Anyone can knock it if they want, but it's true.
It's true.
You're neither here nor there. Like it's factual.
You're in between.
Yeah.
But I remember just thinking, oh wait, like I actually have more interest in learning about like my dad's side of the family, what they do, who they are. And obviously Scouse in itself, like being a Scouser, we don't even classify ourselves as like English.
That's another minority in itself.
We're all outcasts. I got the double whammy, girl.
Yeah.
I got Scouse and mixed race. I was like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
But that was like a complete contrast to like my school and my growing up, because there was no conversations really about healthy eating.
Okay.
And in my house, you know, my mum was a very like, put the tea on the table, whatever it is, like you respect it like you do. But as for like protein or getting any of that in, it was only until I actually started training that's when I learned all of that. Do you know what I mean?
Same here in that respect. Like I didn't know protein or all of these things. I didn't actually know the uses. It's just that it was very like, have your 5 a day, you know, walk to school if you can, wake up, shake up, you know.
Wake up, shake up, you
wake
know.
up, shake up, I miss that.
I literally remember, and I skip a lot now.
Yeah.
You know, Jump In by Corbin Blue, like the Disney film about the jump rope.
Yeah.
Literally, they told us once, like, oh, I do an activity. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
I was jump roping.
She was jumping.
She's still jumping. I'm still jumping. Yeah, I'm still jumping. But I think the one thing I wanted to ask you about as well, because I think anytime I speak to someone who's maybe done prep or maybe gone to like the next level with like physique, it's the body image, like how your perceptions of your body can change. Because I don't know about you, girl. Like, I think my body dysmorphia got a lot worse when I started training and doing gym. Then it improved, but sometimes I still find that challenge.
Yeah.
How was that for you? Like going from very lean to maybe going to what's maintainable?
So, going into even starting my gym journey, my body image was poor. I've always wanted to be muscular to whatever extent, I don't know. However, I decided to start prep because one of the coaches in my gym was like, you've got a great physique, like you could do wellness. And so I was like, all right, let's just try it. Like that was the only reason behind it. It wasn't because I didn't like my body anymore. I was just like, okay, I've got potential, I'll give it a whirl. However, when I started to get lean, I really didn't like the way I looked. I felt really like, I just didn't feel feminine anymore. I'm used to having curves, but again, it's kind of down to my background.
Yeah.
And what is socially acceptable in my household with my family. So coming out of prep, then I just started eating loads. Like I went crazy. I wouldn't say it was a binge because it was literally me just enjoying myself and just eating loads and not considering macros or anything like that.
Eating.
I was just like, I'm hungry. And yeah, I'd say my body image now is probably the best it's ever been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love that.
Yeah.
I think what it is as well is it's the idea that some people believe that the leanest self is what they can maintain.
Yeah.
Girl, I ain't maintaining
girl,
shit.
Please, no. You shaking. Like, you literally shake. I was so cold. I'd be in the blanket like,
No, I know.
Yeah.
When then body fat levels start to drop.
now you feel it, babe. And we're talking, it was in May. It wasn't cold outside,
It's
but
spring.
I was cold. Yeah. No.
She goes to buy, she's shaking.
I would have been. I'm not joking.
Yeah. I think I definitely, for me, even now, like I think of diets very realistically. So I did like my shoot in May. That's the like most extreme that I've probably gone.
With Operation Red Bikini.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
that's
see
the
you.
one.
I see you.
We did well. We're not there now though. I've ate a lot of meals since then. But literally I just remember going deeper and deeper into the deficit. And I was like, you know what? I'm really grateful because I know I don't weigh myself. I haven't weighed myself in a while. Like I don't care about those numbers. But when I got there, I was like, this is like maybe 4 years ago. I would have crashed out about this whole process and worried about it, and then got this lean and then did everything to maintain it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it wasn't until I was like, nah, you need to find that balance because we can't be making people believe that having, you know, visible abs all the time, always being that low level of body fat is normal. And as for women, it's just not sustainable.
It's not, but do you think that the reason that you are so comfortable now with your body, like through all the stages, is because you've been there and done it?
Yeah.
Because that's where I'm at. I think I got lean, so I'm like, I know I can do it. So like, kind of got the t-shirt now.
Yeah, exactly. It's like also, you know, when you're like a peak of a bulk.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, that's me right now.
Oh my God. No, I took it too far, you know, girl. I took it way too far. So you know them I'm going to say something now. You know them Costco fondant cakes?
No, you know.
Go. You don't want to know. Right. So imagine you go M&S and everything's nice in M&S.
Yeah.
Costco's the same in it, right?
Yeah.
So there was these chocolate fondant cakes, yeah. They're melting in the middle. And I was in a bulk. So I'm touching high calories.
Yeah.
Like, I'm touching about 2,800s,
You're
right?
thinking, I can scran this.
I can scran it, right?
2 of them.
So, don't laugh at me now, right? So, you know one of them days where you're not really planning your food properly?
Yeah.
I got bare calories left.
Yeah.
I've got about like 1,400 for the day. So I'm like, what do I do? Girl, I ate 3 of them.
Ooh.
I know.
Ooh.
I know.
I don't think that would come up to 1,400 calories.
Oh, girl, it did. They were like 400, 500 each.
That's not even that bad.
3 of them in a day.
That's not even too bad. That's not even, I'm sorry.
Nah, 3 chocolate fondant cakes is crazy. It was like a Tuesday, girl.
I'll tell you, I went to a networking event the other day and I hadn't eaten all day. I had 3 muffins and some jollof rice. That was it.
Hey, that's a substantial meal, that girl.
10 grams of protein the whole day.
Bad with that. But the one thing I did like that you said though as well is like, you see the way in your background, like curvier bodies are more of the thing.
Yeah.
I find it so crazy because our client base is so diverse, right? So we've had ladies from pretty much everywhere in the world, from Poland, Southeast Asia, Caribbean, African, everywhere, right? And that initial conversation that you always have with a client about where they want to get to, maybe physique-wise, the way it follows suit all the time makes me laugh because it's like, how can some people in certain, countries be so obsessed with being so petite? But now we've got ladies coming in and they want to be the strongest, the most muscular versions of themselves. And none of them are wrong. Do you know what I mean? You should be in a body that you're comfortable with. But why do you think we bounce from this and this all over again? Like, why do you feel like it is such a different approach for body standards for so many women?
I think, unfortunately, like our bodies as females, they are trends. And I don't know if there's anything we'll ever be able to do to eradicate that. Like, genuinely, I don't know. However, like in terms of like from all over the world us having different standards, I think it is just due to tradition, honestly, because I don't see like Jamaican women too much wanting to be like really petite. Obviously, we've got some people, but it's like you said, you should be able to enjoy whatever standard of body that you want to be in at that time. But I don't feel like, within my family at least, it's not a thing.
Yeah. But that's then the conversation of genetics comes in as well. Do you know what I mean? Because, I've had situations where I'm coaching 2 sisters.
Yeah.
One is maybe more leaner and one maybe wants to lose weight, right?
Yeah.
And it's so hard to explain that to people because they're from the same family. You just have different bodies.
Yeah.
But I think if now you're approaching things like say you were very lean and petite and you was in like a Caribbean household where everyone's curvier, that usually pushes your beliefs on what your body should be rather than knowing what you're actually working on.
It does.
Mine, I was always kind of in the middle. Like I wasn't too small, I wasn't too big for social acceptance, I think. But I think the best thing for me ever to find was building muscle. I was like, oh shit.
I agree as well. But even like when I was in prep, it was like from my family, it was like, you look mager, like you're too skinny, why you're not eating? Like, I was like, girl, I've got stuff to do. Like I'm coming to win, okay?
Exactly, this is what I'm saying. What was it like actually stepping on stage though?
It was sick. Honestly, I can't even find a better word than it was just sick.
Oh,
like,
really?
I just got on there and I was like, wow, this is cool. But my bikini had just broke before I went on stage.
And I did not know that these bikinis cost as much as they do.
Like £500. I feel like that's just mid-range.
I'm on Shein.
If I could have been, I would have been. I'm not gonna lie. Even I was looking around for heels. Like, can I get them somewhere else? Because they're like £90, but you can't get other ones. So
yeah,
because it's so niche.
So for your clients then, because it's quite interesting. I've had bodybuilder coaches, and they've always adapted really well for me when it comes to lifestyle.
Yeah.
Do you ever have people trying to copy what you've done, maybe in prep, or ask you questions maybe about like how to take that step up themselves? Because I'm guessing you just coach lifestyle right now.
No, I do. I've got one bodybuilding client.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But I feel like she came to me because she obviously saw me do it. She came to my gym one time when I was just training and she saw me and she was just like, okay, ended up signing up with me. And yeah, she just thought we've got a very, very similar starting point. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. And what's next for you then, would you say? Would you say that you'd do it again?
Yeah, I definitely want to compete again. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
See, I love the idea of that, but I know me. Like, do you get me?
Yeah.
Like, I'm a very...
No, trust me, you could do it.
No, I'm obsessive. like I get a bit.
Okay.
And that's where, because I've done so much healing with my food relationship, I kind of just look at people and appreciate it. Do you know what I mean? Going to that extremity with my hormones and how things have changed over the years, I think I've just been like, no, I don't think I can do it.
I do hear it. I don't think that bodybuilding is like synonymous with health.
Yeah,
if you know what I mean. It's for aesthetics. It is.
Yeah, you're basically a walk and talk. Like, do you want to make you look like a statue?
Yeah.
Like, you want to look peak condition.
Yeah, it's a flex, but it's not healthy.
But what was like the biggest lessons for you then? Maybe just like in coaching, you know, because we learn a lot through our clients. And obviously you've got a certain like mindset and morals on things like food and training. So what is like the main message that you try and push to your clients, would you say?
Flexibility, like just remember that you're a living, breathing thing. Look after yourself. It's not all about the aesthetic. Like, we've got a goal and we're going to get there. But, you know, I leave room for error whenever I'm creating a plan. Like, I'm sure you probably do as well, but every client's plan, they probably think, oh, like she's leaving so much leeway and I could lose weight quicker. But like, I'm just making sure you don't lose your mind while you do it. And because it's the best way, this way you're not going to keep falling off the wagon and getting back on again.
Yeah.
This is the consistent way.
Yeah. Yeah. Flexibility.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do something inside ours called like 7-day structure. So no week is the same.
Yeah.
The protocols of training would be the same. But let's say you do have someone who has that super busy life. The uni student versus the woman with 3 kids going to have a very different lifestyle. And I think that's truthfully what people are trying to find. Like, how is it when I have these super stressful, busy weeks or things aren't going to plan? Do I stay consistent?
Yeah.
And it isn't just lifting weights. You know what I mean? There's so much more to that. But like you said before, when it comes to weight loss, it's that reviewing process. It's so important. Because if you're just looking at the scales every single day, taking an average, but you're not thinking, okay, like, I'm a woman. My body's going to change.
Exactly. I'm a woman. Or like, I just ate at 9 p.m. and fell asleep at 9:30, so I'm still holding water. Like, come on, guys.
My period.
My period's due.
Period. Literally. Them conversations, it is funny because I think as women, we all know that now. We know our body's changing.
I don't think we do. That's what's unfortunate. I don't feel like enough women know because I still hear it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do. Like, I'm sure when you go out, if I go out to anywhere social, people come up to me and start spurting all of this at me. You know, I just want to lose a bit of weight from here and it's just not going and I'm a kilo up this morning. And it's like, guys, like, I just wish everyone could have the education and the knowledge.
Well, leading to that, obviously we're in the time of GLP-1, Mounjaro, Ozempic, all of these things. What is your thoughts on that?
Oh, I don't know. I don't necessarily know what my thoughts are on it because I understand that it is going to be relevant for some people. Otherwise, it wouldn't have existed. I don't love it. I don't love the idea of it. I've had friends come up to me and say that they're hopping on it and don't shout at me, and so I don't shout at them.
I love them ones. Don't shout at me, but I'm doing this.
Yeah, I'm like, so I'm not going to shout. You've asked me not to shout. I'm just going to mind my business. But the reason why you're telling me and you're telling me don't shout is because you know it's unnecessary. I just literally saw this morning on Instagram that somebody bought some, you know, Kourtney Kardashian. She's got that brand Lemmy. She's selling GLP-1 gummies. Like, how does that even make sense?
I don't even know. Does that even make sense?
Does that even make sense?
I think they're probably like appetite suppressants or something. Yeah. You know what? I think, so my dad is a doctor.
Yeah.
And GLP-1 and Mounjaro and all these things they're not a new thing.
Yeah.
They've been going for years to help diabetics manage their insulin, right? Like that's what it is. But I think the one thing that I'm realizing as a coach now is that if it's not going to go anywhere, women need to know how to approach this properly because there is a lot of people jumping on it willy-nilly without knowing how that is going to change their health long term. Yeah. I'm not against anyone picking what they want to do because let's be honest, if someone isn't in the obese category and their health is declining and that is the best actionable step, then fair. You know, if you do it right, you wean it off properly, you have the correct dosage, cool. But for the woman who is buying it off Facebook Marketplace or getting it passed around a friend group, this is where you don't know what you're doing. No. Like, no medication comes without a consequence ever. We already know that because we've all probably been on birth control, right?
Yeah.
I took the
Never
pill.
Again.
I took that pill and my head was scrambled. So imagine if it was to this level. And I think now more than ever, resistance training is so important, because I'll tell you now, in the next 10 years, we're going to see a massive rise of women with osteoporosis from taking things like GLP-1, Ozempic, so frequently and not properly, because
we're already seeing deteriorating eye health.
Quick though. This is what I'm saying. There was a study though the other day about it now being a step in to help women who have PCOS, because once you obviously lose more fat, you have more estrogen, and that will make you more fertile for pregnancy, which I understand. But still, lots of women with things like PCOS struggle with the food relationship. So curbing the food noise may be a short-term thing, which is great. But what about after? What about when they're postpartum? What about when they've got a new baby and they can't take that anymore? Do you know what I'm saying? It's all about context and education, I think. I
agree. This is why I'll never preach anything but trying to obtain a healthy food relationship and training to whether it's in the gym or not. I know I'm obviously in the gym, but it doesn't have to be in the gym. Just being active, because you actually start to learn what you can deal with, what you can put up with long term as a lifestyle.
Exactly. That's why I think I moved away from, because most of like the fitness industry, it is built off bodybuilding. Everything that we kind of know in the beginning is built from those same structures and protocols, like the counting the macros, the calorie tracking, and even how people lift. Like we've got people, they'll know what a deadlift is, they'll know what a chest incline, or they'll know these words even without not seeing it, because they've seen bodybuilding. But I think as you move into lifestyle coaching, understanding what that person wants, you become less rigid. Like, I encourage resistance, but if my clients want to do a 5K, 10K, they want to do paddle, they want to do this, I'm just encouraging it. Do you know what I mean? I think we need to move our body in different ways.
I love it. I love that people even come to us and say that, to be fair. I've got clients coming to me saying, instead of Stairmaster, can I do a swim? I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah. I won't be swimming. I'm scared of water.
You enjoy it. You're scared of water.
Okay, I'm terrified of water.
Oh. Swimming pool water.
All of it. Get it away from me. Shower and bath, we vibing.
Okay.
Tell you what though, I was in Jamaica and I did do Blue Hole. You know, when you jump in.
Yeah, the lagoon.
I had the biggest life vest on.
That is actually scary though. There's genuinely creatures in there.
Please don't.
No, but there is. You can sorry.
I already know. We only know 5% of what's in the ocean, Gail. Exactly. I am not trying to find the 6, 7, 8%. I don't want to find it.
Good on you though for going.
Scared of water. But I don't know where that comes from. I think it's from when I nearly drowned as a kid. No, I'm not into it.
That is not good. But it is what it is. I don't necessarily want to go in the sea, so.
It's the hair, girl. This, in chlorine and salt water, it doesn't be working.
It's not a mix.
Ever.
That's good though.
Thank you, darling.
You're welcome.
But I know you mentioned as well that you were looking to release some type of ebook as well, because I know obviously you've grew your TikTok following now and everything, and you've obviously got a big client base. So, you know, is this ebook, you want to sort of tell me about?
Yeah, essentially, I've been speaking to my followers on Instagram actually about what they're looking for, and they're like a mixture of workout plan or nutrition guide. But obviously, if I were to do a nutrition guide, it's not going to be chicken and rice.
Yeah.
And I do quite a little bit of content around creating like more Jamaican foods in a healthy way. So it'd be something along the lines of food, I think.
Yeah, of course. I think that's it. I think that's what people want. They want
it's what they need.
They want ease with the nutrition, but they want enjoyability.
Yes. I'm constantly getting messages like, do you know anywhere that does Jamaican meal prep but healthy? And I'm like, no. So if anyone wants to do that.
Such a good idea though.
Yeah.
It is. It's such a good idea. I think as well with Jamaican food, it's the ultimate comfort food. Do you know what I mean?
And it's not unhealthy.
It's not. It's really not. Listen, ackee and saltfish is banging. Like that is one of my favourite things, right? And if we just portion it correctly, we're fine.
If you're just not pouring heaps of oil in there, you're good to go.
Yeah, exactly. This is why though, not too long ago, I released the cultural recipe book that we did, because basically our client base, they were very, very good at the food side from the jump, because it was such a big message that we'd like put across. Yeah. So we had all of our clients kind of come together and make a group one. So all of the recipes within the recipe book are from them. So we had Nigerian recipes, we had Italian recipes, we had Congolese recipes, and we made it into a recipe book. And since obviously releasing that, it's nice because it's not just me saying it now.
Yeah.
It's like,
this is what the community is saying. They're behind me.
Egusi soup, macro friendly. Do you know what I mean? And I think we need to see more of that, because I haven't, and I get it all the time. People are like, I've never seen content like this. Like, I don't understand why no one's ever spoke about this before
Yeah,
type
they
of thing.
should. Yeah, we need more of it.
We do. But why do you think it's not changing enough then? Do you think it's just because we're kind of still stuck in that whole cycle of just get a result and...
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think there's two parts to it. Number one being that content creators are not creating the content around it because it just doesn't pop off the same. It doesn't hit everyone.
Yeah.
If you're creating this type of content, it's really niche. I mean, you kind of know who your target audience is going to be.
Yeah.
If you create it about a bog standard, let's say a burrito or something like that, that everyone's going to be like, yeah, easy, I know how to do that.
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, you've got, in terms of like PTs and online coaches, it's so easy to just say this.
Yeah.
I don't need to consider what you want. Just have this and it'll work. Because it will work.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lack of consideration.
With that, though, I will say, we do not need another air fried chicken wrap recipe.
No.
We don't. There doesn't need to be another air fried chicken wrap. I see them every day.
Matter of fact, we're just sick of the air fryer. Full stop.
Hey.
I'm sick of the air fryer. I am. Speak for myself.
Whoa. Don't talk about my air fryer like that.
I'm sick to the
use
brim.
the oven.
You don't use it?
No, I haven't used the oven in time. The air fryer is the perfect tool. Like, it's just there, dual draw, throw it in, little salmon.
I literally don't use it anymore. In prep
Really?
every single day, 5 times a day, but now I don't use it. I might just use it to like heat up a cookie from Lidl Bakery or something. And that's about it.
It's the fondants.
The
chocolate fondants
I
back.
need to go get some fondants.
Please, girl, do not eat them fondants. They are like next level. They're crack. They're
You
literally
was gonna
crack.
say they're crack.
They are crack. I had to stop buying them. My Costco membership has ended. I can't
It's
go back
expired.
now. But one question I did want to ask you as well. I know obviously I've grew up in the north and you've grew up in the north. Do you feel like there is more representation? Because you're from a very like multicultural background, as you said.
Yeah.
Do you think that made you like almost hungrier to spread the message that you spread to your clients or
Yeah.
to social media?
I definitely think so. Also, I live in probably the most multicultural part of Leeds. So when I'm speaking about my experience and, you know, Leeds being really multicultural, somebody from another area might be like, what is she talking about?
Yeah.
But I grew up in like LS7, LS9, which is really, it's just everything. It's a huge mixing pot. But yeah, I think that I'm really proud of my heritage. I'm really proud of the heritages that I grew up around, even though I'm not necessarily a part of them. And I just want those people around me to kind of know that, you know, you can go on this fitness journey and you can achieve whatever body goal or fitness goal or anything that you put your mind to. You don't just have to look at stereotypes of what's up there already. You can be, you know, that representation.
Yeah, of course. And that's it. I think the rarity, like even when I found you, to see someone talking about that, but the maybe not from that place directly. It's not like a fully Jamaican person just there talking with the accent about the food. It's a whole different, it's opening up that door that, okay, like, well, if this is being passed down through generation to generation, we kind of have to be the ones to adapt it.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's it. See, I actually haven't even been to Nigeria yet.
Okay.
And my plan is to go
You've been to Jamaica though?
Yeah. My dad wasn't happy about that still. He was like, why would you go there
girl,
before?
what are you doing?
Yeah, but you can't just go to Nigeria. You do know that.
Why?
You can't just step into Nigeria. Nigeria's a business. It's not.
What? You can't just go?
You need a visa. And you need a passport. And you need money in your hand to pay the guys in the airport. It's one of them.
I heard about this. Yeah.
Yes.
I've heard about all of this.
Trying to get that passport. But I can't wait to actually go and meet my family over there. Like, I've met a lot of my family when I've been traveling and stuff, and they talk so highly of it. And just being there and understanding more, I think you do connect back to your roots no matter what. Like, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. There's just that feeling. Because you've been to Jamaica, obviously. Yeah. That feeling is just different, I can imagine.
It's just different.
Are you going back?
I'm sure I will, but I've not got any like immediate plans to go back. But I'd love to.
Yeah, Jamaica's the best.
It is.
Honestly, Montego Bay, going to Pier 1 Club with my girls.
I've not been clubbing.
Got in at like 6 a.m. It was the best. And on every street corner, you know, the guys who are cooking the jerk chicken on the corners.
Food.
I know how you finish your night out. It's usually like, oh, McDonald's or maybe like a kebab. No. You haven't had jerk chicken from the corner outside Pier 1. Listen, that was just mad.
I'm jealous.
But yeah, what is your goals then for coaching then, would you say, or like the future of like maybe your business or your clients? Is there anything that you're up and coming?
It's not something that I necessarily think of. And I've been thinking about the fact that I don't necessarily have any goals regarding it. But I guess I just want to keep on going how I'm going, growing and reaching a variety of I do men and women as well.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. I actually just in my head thought, okay, I'll just coach women, but then men came and were like, oh, and to be fair, it's fitting and it's kind of mean to exclude them for me because, you know, they also live the same, well, very similar lifestyle to me, you know, cultural food and stuff like this. It fits into them and they don't have anyone.
Yeah.
They actually don't.
That's true. You know what? I've realised very quickly. Lots of men don't hire coaches out of ego.
Do you think?
Lots of right. I've got this premonition and I've always said it. There will be men who have trained for 15 years.
Yeah.
Form and technique is whack, right?
Whack.
Because they'll never ever
Whack.
diabolical, right? Because they'll never admit to themselves that they need help.
Yeah.
Because they look at weight lifted as the only metric, right? But women will admittedly say, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm going to hire help. And the performance is much better. I'm not saying all men are like that. Obviously, there's some absolutely amazing.
I can think of so many off the top of my head.
Jeff Nippard, shout out. You taught me everything in the first few years of like my coaching. Like he is brilliant.
Yeah.
He's the mechanical guru, right? But that is why a lot of men, I think, is the ego behind it. They don't need someone to tell them what to do. They don't need someone to tell them how to diet.
Yeah.
And men's fitness journeys actually last even longer. They yo-yo just as much as women because of that fact.
Okay, but they never talk about it really, do they?
Because it's ego.
I love that.
Ego. And that's why, like, when you meet a male coach who only coaches men, the quality of the transformations will always be brilliant because that man knows a lot more from, like, a science-based standpoint. They change the training and they change the way they approach foods.
Yeah.
And I think, for me, I learned quite quickly there's things that I want to talk about outside of just the physique, which is why I only coach women because I'm all for the girls inside of our coaching. Like, we talk about pregnancy, postpartum, everything. There's not really much I can tell a guy if he's just going to start with ego.
Yeah, facts. I hear it. To be fair, my male clients are absolutely lovely. Like, they're proper nice, but I do hear you. Have you ever got a personal trainer or coach yourself?
Yeah. Anytime I've gone through my own, like, physique journey, I've always had a coach. Okay. And that's not because, like, as you know, like, you know the protocols.
Yeah.
But when you coach so many other people and you have to think about their progress, you want to think about what training program that you're writing for yourself, what macros, I need someone else to do that for me. And I think it's the positive reinforcement as well. Like, everyone forgets that just because you're a coach doesn't mean that you don't need that same thing for yourself. Yeah. Like, even if you're a business coaches have business coaches.
I think a big part of it's accountability as well, though, isn't it? Huge. Like, especially when you're self-employed, you've got no one to hold you accountable.
No, I know.
For anything.
Literally.
Just you.
That balance that everyone talks about, oh, you ain't having that. Like, you ain't having that for a while.
No.
Like, you have to treat yourself like a 9-to-5 worker with everything that you do in your time. And the last thing that I want to do is draft up my own training program. Yeah. Because I'll be honest, I'm missing some stuff off there. And I'm letting myself off with certain things like anyone else would. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, through this whole process, I've had a coach. His name's Tar. He is amazing. Like, he's just super encouraging with everything and he always listens. So I'm trying to get into, like, calisthenics and stuff now.
Okay, I love that.
And he's just adapted it so well. So shout out Tar. Shout out Tar. What about you?
So I had a coach for prep. And I had a coach before that for, like, lifestyle. And right now, I don't have a coach. I'm just kind of, I don't know, self-coached. But I do hold myself accountable just because I finally decided I wanted to. Yeah. I guess it's just a choice at the end of the day.
Did you find that hard? Like, obviously, have you always been someone who can easily make it to the gym though? Like, in the beginning? Yeah.
No, well, not in the beginning. Definitely not in the beginning. I used to literally go and, like, go on the leg press, go try do an assisted pull-up, do a little bit of, like, rear delts or something. I had no idea what I was doing, but now it's just me. Like, I couldn't not work out. Yeah.
What do you think the biggest thing in the industry, the biggest thing to shift in the industry has been, maybe over the past, from when you started to now?
Being perfect, I think. Like, the idea of, like, just chasing perfection and being great because you will fall off at times and then you're going to beat yourself up. I think the best way to build confidence in the fact that you're on the right journey, on the right path, is showing up for yourself and being able to, like, tick that off mentally. Like, oh, I did that. I've done this. I've done great. And just having that, like, positive attitude towards it.
And making mistakes.
and owning them. It's been like,
Yeah.
I did it because everyone bloody does. Nobody does it.
Exactly. Like, I think you actually have to fuck up a little bit. You do.
It's a must. Like they say, the L's are the lessons.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I can't imagine. You know that guy? What's that guy who doesn't age, or he's like reverses aging? Have you seen him
Benjamin
before?
Button.
No, no. No, that's a film. This is a real man.
Brian Johnson.
Brian Johnson.
Okay.
Right, let's talk about Brian. To live like Brian looks like hell. It looks like an episode of Black Mirror. It's
I've not
crazy.
seen this man.
So he's very hyper obsessed. So I think he starts off his morning with like 12 different supplements.
Okay.
He only eats 2,000 calories a day every single day, and then the same foods in repetition.
Okay.
He wakes up at 4 a.m. He goes to bed at like 8 p.m. and he's literally a robot. Like, he's a definition of a robot.
Yeah.
And he's like reverses aging from like 50 to like 25. Like, he's got the body of like a 25, 30-year-old. And sometimes I remember watching this documentary, just like, this is what people think that you have to do. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But as like someone who's just trying to feel good about yourself, why would you want to live like that?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Clearly, this man's, whatever he's doing is working, but he's not living a life.
He's scary.
Yeah.
He's honestly scary.
I'm not even seeing this man.
Go home and go look at Brian Johnson. He just looks like a lizard. He's AI. I'm being serious in the nicest way possible. I don't understand how someone can be that way. Do you know what I mean? But that's his routine. That's his
Yeah.
structure. But it is a form of obsession. And I think,
definitely.
yeah, I think if anyone's living like that, like, I've had moments where I've had clients maybe tracking calories and I've took them out of it because I can see it. I can
Yeah.
see how you're acting towards
I
it.
don't show calories on my plans.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I mean. You don't
Yeah.
need to.
No.
If you're just focusing on general health and macro goals, let's be honest, it's not for everybody. Do you know what I mean? Some ladies might do visual diaries. Some ladies may just use the hand methods and portion control.
Yeah.
It's what actually works and what's
Whatever
giving the
works for
results.
you, yeah.
Exactly.
I wish everyone actually knew that, though. That it genuinely is what works for you. That
Yeah.
there is no one method fits all.
Do you know what I think the best thing to happen to this industry was, though? It is the increased amount of women now who are interested in strength. I'm not just
Yeah.
talking like, you know, getting in shape and having like, but then again, even if you're going for a physique goal, like building muscle,
Yeah.
you have to be interested in strength.
Yeah.
It's just a given. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's the only way that you're going to see a change.
Yep.
There has been such a shift now that, yeah, we're used to seeing women with a bit more delt. We're used to seeing women with big ass quads.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And back then, like when I was younger, that just weren't a thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it wasn't. It
Skinny
would have been
talk.
like,
Have you seen the skinny talk stuff though? Have you seen all of that?
yeah, kind of.
What's your thoughts on that?
Oh, I used to have a really terrible relationship with food and stuff like that. So sometimes I see this stuff and it makes me laugh.
Oh, yeah.
No, it makes me laugh. 'Cause I'm like, oh my god, I used to do that.
I used to think that.
Yeah. So it just kind of makes me laugh, to be fair. But it's not good. It shouldn't be that.
You know what? I remember someone saying, but that's how I listen. Like, someone needs to talk to me like that. And I'm like, well, no, it's not. You're just talking to yourself like shit about food. That's a very short window of how long it works.
Yeah.
Eventually you're going to crack.
Yeah.
And eventually you're going to carry the guilt and
Yeah.
you're just going to repeat. Nothing positive comes from guilt
I
in
agree with
anything,
that. I
really.
agree.
Maybe a lesson learned, but it just makes you spiral.
Yeah.
What was that phrase someone said? You don't need to reward yourself with food. You're not a dog.
Yeah, I've seen that as well.
Like,
Facts.
But girl, like, what? Like, saying it like that, fair enough. I understand where you're coming from. But if you're going away, you're traveling and stuff, women actually want to try different foods. It's not a reward. You're not rewarding
Oh, I
yourself.
took it the other way. I took it as like, you don't need to earn your food. You're not a dog.
Yeah,
type of thing.
that's what I'm saying. But in
Yeah.
the context of skinny talk, it was like, why do you feel like you need to treat yourself with like sweets? Not me and you.
No, I didn't
You know,
take it that way.
me and you and M&S together with the chocolate fondant.
Exactly. No, because I love a little M&S haul and I'll sit and eat it all in bed and no one's going to tell me anything.
I can't go to M&S that often.
I know, it's bad, isn't it?
It's crazy.
My belly's rumbling thinking about it.
Should we go M&S after this? What's your favourite M&S thing then?
Oh, so the other day I tried this popcorn. It was like maple and something, but my actual favorite thing is not even a sweet treat. It's it's like a guac dip and a chip that's like this. I don't even know.
Oh.
I don't even know the names. I'm just like, it's here and it's there.
Yeah.
And I pick it up.
Yeah, I'm a savoury girl with stuff like that in there. That Caesar salad dip. Boy.
Oof.
Wow.
That sounds good.
That with like any bread or even more chicken. Like I've bought chicken and put it on top of the chicken and just ate it like that.
You know what? That's healthy. That's a hack.
I know, but I ate the whole thing. The whole damn pot. And then the chocolate cookies, of course. They're banging.
Ooh, have you tried the new gingerbread one?
No, are they nice?
Yeah, gingerbread and white chocolate cookie. Bad.
But this is what happens though. You see, when this Christmas time starts coming in, this Halloween time.
It's scary, you know. It's scary. Halloween is scary when you're trying to be in a calorie deficit. It's scary.
I don't diet in the winter. I'd never see the point.
Oh, see, I am. I'm literally started the diet. I'm weakened.
Yeah. I don't personally diet in the winter.
I'm a December baby, so.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
What, are you
it just makes
Capricorn?
sense. Yeah.
Ah.
What are you?
yeah, I'm a Cancer.
Are you?
Mhm.
As if you knew that as a Capricorn. Are you a star sign girl? A little bit.
Yeah. Wait, no, we need to talk about this though. Why do people feel like, I always have people react like, oh, I'm not really into that. But then I'll tell them and then they're like, yeah.
My thing is I'm not into it because I love reading about myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't be able to tell you when your birthday is, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like,
yes,
I don't know.
I'll
what that
know.
means.
I'll be like, oh, okay, so you must be a da-da-da-da-da. And then I'll be like, what's your moon
But
rising?
I could have been a Sagittarius actually, couldn't I?
Yeah,
'Cause
you're
the big-
close. I think you're close. Capricorn Sag.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm a Capricorn, but you just guessed right. So it's like, how?
Don't know.
See, this one, I don't get it.
I don't know. Literally, I did it the other day. There was two guys. I was in London and there was two guys and they were like mates and stuff and I was with my girls.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? I'm feeling a bit whimsical today. It's like, let me guess your birthdays. And you're like, go on then. And I was like, February, April. I was right. I don't know why. I just looked at them. I was just like, yeah, February, April. I didn't look at no one's ID or nothing. But I just have like an intuition. I can tell when people are kind of born.
You could tell by their vibe, like what they were.
Sometimes, yeah.
Ooh.
I'm not always right.
Yeah.
I'm not a witch.
Yeah.
Don't be casting no spells. But genuinely don't know what it is. I feel like if you are born at a certain time of year, it showcases in your personality.
I love that. I love that. People can sometimes guess that I'm a Capricorn without me even telling them that I was born in December.
I think it's your aura.
Strange.
Yeah.
It's really strange.
It's your aura.
Can't
And that's
control it.
people born in winter, people versus like autumn, summer. You grew up in different environments. So
Yeah.
what you used to celebrate, you can tell. Do you know what I mean?
Kind of crazy.
Find out your moon rising. That's a good one.
What does that determine?
So your planet connections from when you're born in it. So that's your Capricorn, like your main thing.
Yeah.
But then where the moon was when you were born is your moon rising. So that's your other planet.
Okay.
So you can be two traits at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully my other one is like summary.
Look into it. You have to find out the time you were born, where you were born, and that's all you need. I'll tell you.
I know them things. I know those.
But speaking of winter anyway, in the winter season. So I think a lot of women, they really struggle around this time of year because in summer, it's quite easy to be active in my opinion.
Yeah.
The sun's out, getting steps in, doing certain things. But with things like SAD, like seasonal depression, all of these things coming in and then the pressures of like Christmas and if they've got kids, all that process, it makes people feel like they've kind of fell off, you know? So what would be your like advice to people who are maybe wanting to start a fitness journey in the wintertime or maybe sustain a
I'd say
fitness journey?
just do it, but I'd say, you know, depending on when this comes out, it's a really good time now to kind of start getting into a routine of it because the days are gonna start getting shorter, it's gonna start getting darker. I'd really urge everyone to get into a routine like as soon as possible to kind of just combat those negative like feelings that you're gonna have about going to the gym because you've already started, like you're already in it now.
Yeah.
It's really hard to change when it's already like dark and gloomy outside, but you can do it. But help yourself out.
My thing is definitely the minute the winter comes in, that morning routine needs to be on lock.
It needs to already be locked in. Like, don't start locking it in, then lock it in now.
Lock that in. Like,
now.
Get
tomorrow.
We're dressed in all black. You've got to listen to us.
Listen, okay? Or come into your house. Checking.
She said it. I don't even need to say it.
Yeah.
But it makes such a difference. Like, I went through, I think it was last year, my winter routine was tough, but it was needed.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be getting up at 5, to get the natural sunlight in my eyes
Yeah.
and then training.
Yeah.
Because what I know, like anyone else, I get demotivated when it gets darker.
Yeah.
I don't want to train
Yeah.
in peak times, in the cold.
Especially for the 9-to-5ers
Oof.
who have to leave work when it's dark and head over to the gym. No. It's torture. It is torture.
It is.
But just get it done because you're going to thank yourself next summer when you're already in a good spot.
Yeah. That's it. It's the building foundations, I think, or just maintaining them.
Yeah.
But I think the one thing to remember as well is like when it does come to like Christmas and the New Year's and the socials and the drinking and stuff, it's so important to have developed your food relationship to a point where you can say no to things.
Yeah.
Because there is so much to graze on, to eat, to comfort through foods as well. It's big. Do you know what I mean? Winter time is usually the time where I find my food relationship gets challenged the most.
Yeah.
Because in summer, my appetite will be down. I'll be busy drinking water, not really
Yeah.
feeling it. But the minute that you're stuck inside so much, food is the only thing that you're really thinking about. It's a
Yeah.
boredom thing
It
sometimes.
is definitely a boredom thing.
Yeah, like a lot of work needs to be done around that time to make sure that you're feeling that balance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Even like the students coming back home and stuff like this, that you come home, there's always like a celebration tin on the table. You're going and seeing family, they've baked stuff. It's
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Yeah. How do you help like clients then, you know, because obviously a lot of my coaching now, it is about more like food hygiene. Once you've gone,
I saw you actually post about that and I loved that. I
Yeah.
feel like it's really good for people to take in.
well, to be fair now, like I post a lot of content, but the biggest like response I've got from my content on my Instagram is the one I did about hoarders.
Yeah, that
Um,
was so good, honestly.
but
A great point.
I've seen that throughout so many clients.
I actually relate to that to an extent. Like my
Mm-hmm.
mum is not a hoarder, but she's very much like, I'm not throwing this away. It's
Yeah.
not extreme to the point where anything was ever built up, but I did kind of feel like at a point that I had to, you know, like I've got how many brothers? At home when I was growing up, there was 2. There's a younger one now, but there was 2 boys and me. And so it was kind of like, you know, if I have like sweets or something, I need to hide them. I was like
Yeah, yeah,
stockpiling them like I was a little animal
Yeah.
in my
I
room.
need to have
Yeah.
sweets.
And
Yeah.
it'd be like, I'd eat it and I'd like make sure like no one's coming in my room to check, stuff like that. So that stuff like that does actually play on your relationship with food. You feel like you've got to hide it and
Yeah.
keep it for yourself. That's not necessarily a healthy relationship.
That's what I mean. It's true though. Like the one thing, like if I've ever dated someone
Yeah.
or gone for food with them, I can tell straight away if they were in a house where they had lots of brothers and
Yeah.
sisters, or they were like an only child from the way they eat.
Really?
Straight off. Because genuinely, and I'll always get it right before we've had these conversations, people who eat their food very fast
Yeah.
and don't lift their head up off
Yeah.
the table when they're eating, chances are you had to fight for food in your house. There was always a big clatter. No, it's true. Because why are you eating like this?
You've actually just read me for filth because I used to get taught, like, people would say to me, I'm talking like until the beginning of this year, why do you drink your food? Like, hello, because he's going to steal it, but he's not there anymore.
It's not going anywhere, girl.
Yeah.
But you forget that because that's your habits that you've built up. So
I don't do that
chances are-
anymore.
yeah, it happens. I do eat slowly.
I just eat.
Yeah, it's true. Because literally, if you think about it, your mentality to eat as quick as you can before other people take your food is still there.
I think it depends on your environment though, because let's say if I'm at my grandma's house, it's very much everybody have your knife and fork in the right hand.
Yeah.
You know, no elbows on the table. So when I'm there, I could eat really nice and slowly. So I think that that's why when I go for food, I'm okay. But let's say if I'm just eating, and if we were to be sat eating on the sofa, I would have probably been like, no.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that observation though.
I think even, you know what made me act like that?
What?
Bulking. Bulking make me act like genuinely, I have never eaten so fast.
Do you think?
Because in bulks,
you don't want to start gipping in it. You get like,
the stage of a bulk where you've got that oats at 11 p.m. at night because you've not eaten properly and you don't want to eat it, that genuinely I will scoff it because I don't want to eat it.
but
right?
that's the thing. People don't realize when you're scoffing food, you don't think about it. You don't take it in. You don't
No.
enjoy it.
Yeah. Honestly, food hygiene is so important. Do you know what I mean? And this is why, like, I do feel people's digestion is so poor and stuff.
It
because
is.
I've had
Go
clients.
for a walk after you eat, please.
Eat
Just
to
a few
move.
steps.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Like, even for clients who work in London, central London,
Yeah.
going back and forth on the tube, scanning a pret every day.
Yeah.
And that's how you eat. We're not designed
That's
for
even
that.
actually filthy. Like, no judgment, but it's actually it is actually filthy.
Them tubes as well.
Yeah.
But they've got no choice, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you're always in a rush, You're not even chewing your food properly. You don't even not look at your phone.
Yeah.
Or like I had to decrease that habit because I would typically eat and work. So I'd have the bowl of yogurt there, be doing check-ins there.
Yeah.
Stop doing that
Yeah.
because I can't even actually connect to the food that I'm eating. Like I'm still hungry.
Like an hour later, you'd be thinking like, did I eat or not? But you did.
But this is it. I think this is why people do find it so difficult because there's lots of things that people have never thought about before on what they do. Like I had a friend talk to me about this, and he's a mindset coach. He did a podcast with a food relationship specialist, and they were saying things like, the reason why people always have room for something sweet is because that's a taught behavior. So why don't you teach your kids the opposite way round?
Thank you. I love that.
Yeah, like why does someone need to have something sweet after they eat their meal?
Yeah.
So this whole idea that eat all your greens and overeat your plate, even if you're not hungry to get something sweet, it stays in our system.
It does.
And
I hate it. I'm a big advocate for not doing that.
Exactly. The guilt around not finishing a portion that wasn't designed for you is crazy.
It is.
Why is it I go to my grandma's house, there's 2 plates of food for me. I'm 10. I can't eat this much, but I'll have to do it anyway out of respect.
You do.
But then you wonder why your stomach's like a vacuum and you can eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. But that's because it's a taught behaviour.
It is definitely a taught behaviour. It's like it's a respectful thing, isn't it? To eat your food, especially when you're outside of the house.
Yeah, you've got to learn to put up them boundaries though. And like I think especially if you come from like an immigrant household where maybe there's like a language barrier and stuff like that, and you don't want to be rude. Like for example, say in like Southeast Asian cultures, when I've coached them before, like their mill, like their grandma is like the top of the family, right? Yeah. So if she's cooking, it is in respect. You eat whatever she puts on your plate and you finish it, and you even go for seconds for that politeness.
Yeah.
But if you're on a different journey and you always see your family and you're a family-oriented person, it's not that you can't eat that food, but you are going to have to adapt. Like
you need to respectfully decline.
Exactly. Or just there's so many mechanisms that you can do. Like we've done it with clients for ages. Like tell them that you've eaten before, so they're already ready for the idea that you might not eat a lot. Take it home, like bring the Tupperware with you so you don't have to have that conversation. And when it comes to having conversations about how much you're eating, just deflect it. Like you don't have to explain as a grown adult why you're doing something with your foods, as long as you know it's good for you.
That's a great point.
It's like weird. Like why do we have to explain those things? Like I don't want to eat that, or I do want to eat that type of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah.
Because you just don't want to hurt feelings, but you shouldn't have to.
They're fine.
Yeah, they're fine.
I think that depends what type of personality you are, because I don't have a problem with hurting someone's feelings if I've already tried to create the boundary a couple times. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Not straight off, because people don't understand it. Do you know what I mean? Like the older generation don't get this whole world of like healthy eating as much to this extent that what they did back then.
Yeah.
But, if someone keeps pressing on your boundaries over and over again, you do have to just stand firm in them.
You do, I agree with that.
And some people ain't going to like that. But yeah, I know obviously we spoke a lot about like food relationships, body types, but I think it's so important that people know where to find us for more content. I found you on TikTok.
Yep.
You found me on there.
Yep.
So where can we find you, B?
On Instagram and TikTok, it's Bodied It. And I think YouTube is Bodied It as well. I'll be putting a lot more content out there. And yeah, I think that's it actually for me.
Yeah, I love it. And what's your one message that you would give to anyone who wants to start their lifestyle journey before 2026 or wants to improve some of the factors that we spoke about today?
Yeah, I'd say just lock it in. You're not going to be perfect straight away. Just get started. If you fall off the wagon, get back on. I know it sounds cliche, but there is just lessons to be learned in the mistakes, and just keep going. If you really want it, get started.
Yeah. Lovely.
How about you?
For me, it's Mentored by Maya on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. And if you want some cultural recipes that are macro friendly and you want to try things that don't make you spend hours in the kitchen, but there is recipes from Nigeria, the Congo, Italian foods, Greek foods. Our recipe book is out now. It's free to download. It just gets sent straight to your email. Did a little bit of a giveaway for it as well. But I think once you see it, you'll understand how much work went into this with like me and our clients. Like it isn't just, oh, here's that recipe from ChatGPT. This is actual recipes with the traditional flavors that you can adapt. So please download it. And if the winter period has been a little bit harder for you every year around this winter time, we actually do like an 8-week challenge. So if you've been looking for something that gives you structure, accountability, but obviously around Christmas, you just need something different, that is what we are doing every year at the end of the year, starting September to October. So yeah.
Love that.
Lovely. Thank you.